Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast, Abundant Self. I'm your host, Jules, and we're here today to talk about something that really has been in my mind for a couple of days, and also because a few of my clients talked to me about this topic or asked me about this topic in our private sessions and our one-on-one calls. And so I thought, okay, why not share this on the podcast as well? And it is about the emotional roller coaster. I'm just going to dive straight in, not make this video too long, and just tell you my experience, my personal view, opinion about the emotional roller coaster, because I've got quite a lot of messages asking, or again, clients asking me, do you still have that? Do you still experience that? In which kind of level, at which kind of level does that stop? Like with emotional roller coaster, I'm going to define it a little bit. I mean, these moments where you just feel like at one stage, like one day, it's the peak, right? Everything is so great and you feel you're smashing it. Everything just seems like rolling and flowing towards you, and everything's just so great and you're literally at this peak. And then a couple days later, you feel defeated again. You feel lost. You feel stuck. You question every single thing in your life and are feeling like, how is this possible? How do I feel again that I just want to run away into the woods, be alone, or, take the blanket and put it over my head and do not move. I don't feel like getting out of my bed. You know what I'm saying? Probably. I feel like if you are either a starting entrepreneur or you're also trying to work for yourself, or you already do, then you can quite understand what I'm talking about when I say emotional roller coaster. And so this is my personal experience or my personal opinion, of course, but from what I've heard from my mentors, the people I've worked with, and even like multi-millionaires that speak on their podcasts about that topic, even like from what I've heard, the roller coaster will always be there. As an entrepreneur, and this is also something I said to my clients, I said, we choose a life of freedom. We choose a life of abundance, of literally creating our own reality, creating our own rules, making life the way we want to do it. And so this is a pretty big deal, right? We have so much freedom. We have no asking for sick days. We like all these benefits we have by being our own boss, or deciding to leave and escape the matrix. I think I'm going to upload another YouTube video at one point speaking about escaping the matrix and all that. If you want that, if you feel like this is also something you would like to listen to, sorry. But yeah, fact is, this is a pretty big deal, right? We have so many benefits. Now, the downside of it, and that's how I personally see it, the downside of it is, of course, we have to pay a price for that, right? Of course we have to. And so the downside of the coin of this whole entrepreneurship or, like self-employment, I'd say, is unfortunately, but that's how it is. That's how it is. The roller coaster, the emotional roller coaster of one day here, and then that's how it goes. And I think what helps, at least that helped me a lot, is just accepting it. Just being like, that's how it is. And I at least know how to manage my emotions. I at least know that this is just a phase, but I also understand that it's going to appear at every new level that I'm at in my life, in my business. It's going to be there anyway, right? Maybe less strong, maybe if we like imagine it literally like as a sinus curve, maybe the peaks are going to be not as high and the lows are not going to be as low, but the emotional roller coaster, It's always going to be there. And I think we have to, through the conversations with my clients, I realized that we have to constantly remind ourselves that social media is fake. We can do so much trying and working on ourselves, but if we do not understand that most of what we see on social media is not 100% the reality, then we will get caught up feeling lost, feeling defeated, comparing ourselves constantly, and we don't need this. We don't want this. So I highly encourage you to, every single time there are some thoughts like, oh, she's so happy all the time, or oh, she must have now, has this incredible life, must have, yeah, my English. She must have this incredible life and she's only happy all the time. No. It is not like that. And so I challenge you to really go with your eyes open, wide open, through social media, through consuming content, being cautious and aware that it is not true. At least I don't say like it's a lie either, because at least for me, I try to be super open, super vulnerable, and do share my ups and downs as well along the journey. But in general, just be aware that it is only a highlight reel for most of the creators out there, including me, right? I would say that yes, 80, 89, 85% of me is sharing the good life, is sharing everything I've achieved so far. Instead of, the days where I'm like crying or thinking like nothing is working out, or you get it. And so just be aware, just be conscious. And if people are posting about their income, if people are sharing about their circumstances, whatever it is, take it with a grain of salt, because you do not know what's going on behind the scenes. You do not know, but what you do know is that, and this is just common sense, or this is just something that you should remind yourself of, even though it is so hard seeing all these positive things on social media and everyone doing amazing and everyone smashing their goals. Just remind yourself constantly on a daily basis that we're human. We are all human. And I think this is the main point that I want to stress right here in this episode today, and that I want you to think about as you now go on with your day. We all make mistakes. We all have our bad days. We all have failures. We all have challenges. We all go through breakdowns, and we all are just figuring this whole thing out called life. So I want to encourage you to, if you have feelings of, where you just feel like everything is going bad, or you go one step forward, two steps back, just giving yourself this compassion and love and understanding that everyone is going through this as well, but in their personal life, in their personal journey. Don't take it too seriously. Instagram, social media in general can make us feel very, very, very competitive. It can make us feel not good enough. It can make us feel, when we then hit rock bottom and we have these moments of feeling in the very, very depth of the lowest point of the roller coaster, it can make us feel unworthy, and it can make us feel just a failure of feeling that way. But I highly, highly recommend you to give yourself love anyway, give yourself compassion anyway. Do something in these moments, do something that is fun for you, do something that you enjoy doing. Go for a walk, do sports, get a treatment done, massage, wellness, whatever it is, and accept it as it is. I think that's the key message right here. Again, that's just what we as entrepreneurs, as freedom-seeking human beings, spiritual beings, have to accept and start dealing with it, start making it almost part of our life. So yes, it can become maybe easier to handle. The ups and the downs can be kind of like accepted and seen as, well, this is just what it is, right? And it can be taken less serious, and it can be taken as like, okay, if I now have a day where I feel so gross, where I feel like nothing is going well, I'm just gonna give myself whatever I need right now. And I deeply, deeply, deeply know that it's just a couple of days or maybe even a week, but then we're going up again. So I hope this helped. I hope that someone who needed to hear this heard this message right now. You're doing so well. You are exactly where you need to be right now. It is a journey. I always say that. I say that with self-love. I say that with business, with creating your dream life, manifesting. Life is a journey, and it's meant to be enjoyed. And we are human. We do not have all the time 100% happiness in our life. We do not feel happy all the time 100%, even though it seems like that on social media, or it can feel like that, again, through Instagram, IG. It's not how it is. It is really not. And I think that right here in the podcast, in this show, we are open, we are vulnerable, we share the truth. At least I share my truth. Now, if it's a different truth from your truth, that's a whole different story, but at least I'm sharing everything from my heart, and I can just say that you're doing everything right. You're exactly where you need to be. And I want you to give yourself love, give yourself compassion, and accept that the emotional roller coaster, it's always going to be there. Now, journal on it, maybe do a meditation, maybe again, connect with yourself, with nature, when you're feeling low, when you're feeling down. But then again, pick yourself up and just thrive to be the best version of yourself, knowing and deeply, deeply, deeply knowing, believing that from now on, it's only going to go up and then maybe a little bit down again, but then again up, because thinking of now versus 1 year ago or 2 or 3 years ago, how far have you already come? How much stronger are you? How many challenges have you overcome? Right? Celebrate your wins, my love. Celebrate your wins. Don't take Instagram, social media too serious. Remember to take everything you see with a grain of salt and question it. Question it. So with these words, I'm going to get off here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you could take some benefit from it, or some value, or at least maybe a thought-provoking idea now that came to you on, how to overcome these feelings, these emotions of like being stuck and low and feeling lost a little bit easier, knowing that it's going upwards. I love you. I deeply, deeply, deeply am grateful for you to be here, to listen. And if you have any ideas, any other topics that you want me to speak of on this show, then feel free to either message me on Instagram or just comment below in the comments. And then I'd love for you to share this episode, of course, with a friend, or take a screenshot, upload it on your stories. This would help me so much to spread the word of this show. And other than that, I see you very, very soon in next week's episode. Lots of love.